everyone, it's Tanya in Calgary, and welcome to my vlog. This vlog is related to sales, not just real estate sales, but any type of sales. And are you a hunter or are you a farmer? What is the difference? And if you are in a leadership position hiring sales, can you benefit from both, and what would be better for your corporation? When I started real estate, we did not have the World Wide Web. So how I was able to get my leads is very different than agents get their leads today. And I realized very early on, probably within the first 6 months of selling real estate, that I was a hunter. And what that means is you're able to go out, you're able to pound pavement, whether that's cold calling. I cold called the good old phone book, I door knocked, I called for sale by owners, I called expired listings when we still could, and I did all of these things. I joined 3 networking clubs, 2 gyms, 2 churches, everything that I could to meet people. And I would work 12, 13 hours a day, and it was just a real intense time in my life because I really wanted to succeed in real estate. So I realized early on that I was a hunter. Fast forward 5, 6 years, I'm looking at building a team, and I automatically think, I want another hunter. You know, I want someone who I can train, who can pound pavement, who can bring in leads left, right, and center. So I hired a hunter. She was my admin, and then she moved into a real estate role. And what I realized a couple years in is that you train a hunter, and if you're good at hunting and you can train a good hunter, you may lose your hunter, because then they're like, well, but I can do this. I'm a hunter. I'm bringing in all these leads. I can do this on my own. And so they didn't really need me anymore. And so it was really sad to lose her. She was like a sister to me, but she went off, and she is still a hunter today. And I remember another fellow who had gotten into real estate about 7 years ago, and I met with him. And he came from he was middle-aged, came from a marketing background, very astute, very well put together. And my first thought was, I'm gonna have him on my team. And at the end of the meeting, I thought, no, he's a hunter. He doesn't need me. He'll be with me for a year at best, maybe 2 years. And now he's one of the most successful individual agents in Calgary. And so if you're a leader hiring sales, it's really good to understand the difference and what your company needs. Do they want someone that can go out and hunt, or do they want what we call a farmer? And farmers are so important to my business. And the 3 agents that I have, and they'll be the first to tell you, they are more farmers. And they're very good when I give them leads. They're very good about follow-up, and they're very good about closing. And they still have extremely strong sales skills, but they don't really want to go out and door knock and cold call, and that's just not their thing. And I knew that early on from them being with me. But they are very successful in sales still. And so farmers are a big part of my business. And so if you are a farmer, please know, like, farmers are so important. And I'm just really thrilled that I understand the difference between a hunter and a farmer. And maybe someday I will hire a hunter in my business. I can see when I start to succession plan that may be a role that I would consider years down the road. And so if you are a hunter or a farmer, there's still very important roles. You just have to decide what you are. I find it is through to the core. So in my opinion, you can be a farmer at the beginning and become a hunter, but I can usually, when I meet with someone, I can usually say this person's a farmer and this person's a hunter. And if you are hiring people, it's even a good question to ask the person that you're interviewing and explain to them what that means. So I hope you've learned something from this vlog, or it's at least given you something to think about. Hunter versus farmer. What do you need in your company? Or if you are in a sales position, what are you? Thanks for tuning in. Bye.